not, then we'll start with our presentations. And just one preparation, next week in the second part of the class after presentations, we'll have a visiting professor from Osijek. She's here on Erasmus Plus program, so she will give lectures and she will be the class together with me. Okay, so let's see who is the first one to present. Dušan Ivanović. Dušan late. Nataša Vasiljević. Hey. Let me just... Whenever you are ready, you can start. Yes, of course.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Natasha, and today I will talk about smartwatches. I will talk in general about them, as well as their history, working principle, characteristics, which application they have, their advantages and disadvantages, and about the future of smartwatches. When we talk about smartwatch, we don't just mean clocks that show time. Smartwatches differ from ordinary one because they have a built-in mini computer chip and all these programs that make these devices wearable mini computers. All these programs help us in our daily activities such as like work, sports or travel. The first idea to create smartwatch originated in the comic of Mr. Iris in 1940. After 40 years, the Hamilton Company realized this idea and produced the first smartwatches. And nowadays, smartwatches have an integral part of human life. Smartwatch is based on Bluetooth technology, which is used for wireless data transfer between between devices with the same technology. Bluetooth uses ultra-wireless rays, where one device sends and the other one receives rays, and that data is transferred. Izvinite, ja se samo prekinu internet.
Samo nastavite.
Pošto je meni skočilo da jeste. Smartwatches have many useful and interesting functions. One of them is certainly navigations. On smartwatches, we can connect smartphones. We can even answer or reject a call. We can replay the messages or email. We have ability to connect headphones so we can listen to music or watch video with the help of YouTube or other applications. Smartwatch will look nice on our hand and help us in our daily activities. And thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so it was, let's say, the first part was well presented, but the second part was main conclusion was missing. So when you present, you have to say finally in conclusion, let's summarize. So we know that is the end of your presentation, because according to your talk, we were expecting that you will continue talking, and then you just said that's it. Okay, so that's one thing that you should work on it for next presentation in some other subject. So 1 point less for that. And also there was a little bit of hesitation during the presentation. So 1 point less for that. So 13 points for you. Okay.
Thank you.
here. Okay. And let me see. That was okay, Luka, don't worry. Dusan Ivanovic, has he arrived maybe?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Dusan Ivanovic and the topic of today's conversation will be electric bikes, also known as e-bikes. What is an e-bike? Well, it's a bike like any other, except this one has a rechargeable battery and a motor which is used to power the vehicle or help the pedaling. With a battery that can last up to 4 days and a motor that has the power of around 500 watts, this vehicle can travel up to speed of 32 miles per hour. But some of them can even go faster than 45 kilometers per hour, sorry. But some of them can go faster than 45 kilometers per hour, depending on the power of a motor, and that comes with a price. What are the advantages of e-bikes? First, they are really quick and mobile, so they are really useful in big cities because you can easily avoid jams and cross short distances. Then they are like a normal bike, so you do not need licenses, registration, or insurance for this vehicle. Any person that can physically ride a normal bike can as well ride an electric one. So that's a big plus, and you can park it wherever you want. And apart from that, they are a big ecological product because they do not use fuel. They run on electricity, which means they do not emit harmful gases. So, and some of them even have solar panels built inside of them, so that's an even bigger plus. But not everything is on the bright side because even though they help us save money and reduce our transportation costs, they are not cheap. Their price moves from about 700 euros to 1500 euros, which is, let's be real, a lot of money for a bike because even though it's an electric one, you're still exposed to weather, injuries, and only one person can ride a bike, maybe two if the situation calls for it. So to conclude, e-bikes are really useful in cities because they are fast and mobile. They help you reduce pollution because they do not emit harmful gases. Then it's much healthier to ride a bike than to drive a car or use any other kind of motor transport. But even though they help us save money, they are not that cheap and not affordable to everyone. So if you want to have one, be ready to dip into your savings. So that will be all. If you have any questions, feel free to answer. I will be to ask. I will be happy to answer them. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, Dusan, well done. It was well presented, very interesting, and your presentation had structure, introduction, body, and conclusion without hesitation. So 15 points and 3 minutes long. Okay, well done. Luka.
Can you hear me?
Yes, and we can see you. So whenever you're ready, you can start.
For the delay, I had some technical issues.
Don't worry.
All right, may I begin?
Yes.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Luka. On this presentation, I will talk about distance theory. As an introduction to this whole topic, I will firstly tell you something about Kardashev scale. The Kardashev scale is a method of measuring a civilization's level of technological advancement based on the amount of energy that they can use. For example, type 1 civilization, also called planetary civilization, can use and store all of the energy available on its planet. Type 2 civilization, also called stellar civilization, can use and control energy at the scale of its planetary system. And type 3 civilization, also known as the galactic civilization, can control energy at the scale of its entire hot galaxy. So, because only a tiny fraction of a star's energy emission reaches the actual surface of an orbiting planet, building structure and circling a star would enable a civilization to harvest far more energy, which is exactly what a Dyson sphere is. It's a hypothetical megastructure that completely encompasses a star and captures a large percentage of its power output. The whole idea started as an actual thought experiment of Freeman Dyson, and Dyson later explained that a solid shell or a ring around the star would be mechanically impossible. So we have a good alternative for that, and it's called Dyson's form, which consists of a large number of independent structures orbiting in a dense formation around the star. So if we are looking for an advanced civilization in our galaxy or in any other galaxy, we would look for those Dyson spheres, because sufficiently advanced extraterrestrial civilization would very likely follow a similar power consumption pattern to that of humans, and would eventually come to the same idea and build their own spheres of collectors. So that would be all for this presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And thanks for your attention.
Okay, thank you. It was well presented, interesting, and on time without hesitation. 15 points for you.
Thank you.
Okay, just tell me your number 99. Is that correct? Okay. Now Luka again, but Lukas Buchnovic.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes. And if
Okay.
you're ready, you can start. Let me just...
Yes. So, hello everyone. My name is Luka, and today I'm going to talk about a topic that I find really interesting, and I hope that you will as well. Today I'm talking about artificial intelligence. I suppose that most of you know what it is. So today I will be explaining the 4 different types of AI. The first type is called reactive machines, and the name says it all. They react to something. It cannot form memory or rely on past experiences for better decision making. And a good example for this would be the chess computer, because it just reacts to the position on the board and uses algorithm to choose the best move possible. Secondly, we have limited memory machines. They can rely on the past for better decision making, and an example for this would be self-driving cars, because they use it to remember road signs, monitor traffic, and so on. Thirdly, I want to mention theory of mind machines, and they are the dividing point of machines that we can build today and those that we will maybe build in the future. The most important thing about these machines is that they know that humans have different opinions and emotions, and that they can affect their decisions. They're the crucial point to building the 4th and final type of AI, which is called self-awareness. This is the most advanced of artificial intelligence, and at this level, the AI understands context, is self-conscious, and can make its own decision based off of past experiences. We are really far away from building it, because it's really complex. The human brain, it's hard to put into code and computers, but it's still really exciting to think that in the future we could maybe talk to a person that is made out of wires and some metal. And to conclude, we can only see the first 2 types of AI in today's world, so the reactive machines and limited memory machines. But who knows, the future can bring many exciting things. And that will be all. If you have any further questions, I will be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you, Luka. Well presented, very interesting. So 15 points.
Thank you.
Next one is Aleksa Kovačević.
Profesorka, ja neke tehničke probleme sa kamerom, samo ja to da rešim pa ću ja prezentovati.
Dobro,
Pošto imam
onda
jednu
ćemo...
koja je mutna kompletno, imam drugu
Nema
koja...
problema, Lazar Popović može prvi. To je pre vas.
Hoću sad.
Yes, you can start whenever you're ready.
Hello for all those who don't know me, my name is Lazar, and today I will going to tell you something more about cell phone. I'm going about cell phone. Let's hear something about their development through history, then about their usage and the way they operate. In the end, we will mention the problems that appeared with them. Nowadays, it's hard to imagine life without a cell phone, even though they become widely used just 20 years ago. Before then, only a small number of people had used them. Let's take a look how the development looked like. Cordless phones were invented by Terry Paul in 1965, consist of the base station connected to fixed telephony by cables, and handset connection to this base station by radio waves. This allows users to carry the handset without a base station within the reach of this base station. Over time, the development of technology appeared the first cell phone. In 1973, Motorola engineer Martin Cooper made the first ever cell phone called the Dynatec 8000. And what has changed the course of history is the advent of smartphones. They have become a kind of personal digital assistant that makes our job easier, and so we get more free time. They work with artificial intelligence. That offers various possibilities. The main systems that supports their works are Android and iOS. Their main manufacturer of mobile industry are Samsung, Sony, Apple. They have a great processor that allows them to be faster and faster. They combine with a large amount of RAM and a large space to store all the data we need, make it great. The device has developed a new type of touch technology and applied to the display, which is connection between the users and the device. Touch technology works on the basis of touch sensitivities. The possibilities of online communication using Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which enables connection of people from all spheres of sociality, and the distance between them is no longer a problem. And video calls are now available from ordinary calls and messages. This has led to the emergence of social networks. Today, smartphones allow everyone to choose what they need. In conclusion, phones have given the world a lot of possibilities, but at the same time, that fact has bad effects on people's lives. People really go out, spend less time with each other, have less person-to-person communication. Phones are useful, but still shouldn't become addicted because it can be very bad. To je to.
Okay, thank you. Lazar, it was well presented, but few pronunciation mistakes. For example, social, not social, then society, etc. So 1 point less for pronunciation, so 14 points. Everything else was well presented. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Let me see. Now, Aleksa, have you fixed the problem with camera, or should Stefan start first?
Halo.
Hello.
Ja sam napravio prezentaciju.
Okay, you're number 127.
Yes.
Okay, just let me allow you to present just a moment, and you can turn your camera.
Okay, do you see me?
And you can start, try now to present.
Just a moment.
Okay, yes, we see presentation, and you?
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Everything's good?
Yes,
Okay.
you can start.
Well, hello everybody. In the case some of you don't know me, my name is Aleksa Kovačević, and today I'll be showing you the brilliant creation of the rocket scientist Sergei Korolev, the N1 rocket. First, I'll begin by telling you what the N1's purpose was, then I'll show a slide comparing its specifications to its adversaries, and then finally, and then I'll show you some of its launches, and then the conclusion. So let's begin. The N1 was a super heavy lift launch vehicle intended to deliver payload beyond low Earth orbit. Its primary mission was to get the Soviets to the moon. The first stage of the N1, or as the Soviets called it, blockade, had 30 NK-15 engines and was run on kerosene fuel. It was the most powerful stage ever built, even to this day. Now, for the launches, there were 4 launches, but because of time restraints, I had to limit them, so we'll only take a look at the most interesting launches. So the most infamous launch number 2, July 3rd, 1969, Baikonur site /110/38. This is one of the most infamous N1 launches, this is one of the most infamous N1 launches, N1/L3, L3 being the cargo Soyuz 7K L3 lunar module. The rocket barely managed to climb 100 feet before it fell down to Earth, causing a terrifying explosion of 7 kilotons. It's the largest man-made non-nuclear explosion to this date. The explosion totally destroyed the site, and it took the Soviets 18 months to rebuild it. Another mission was mission number 4. It was one of the most successful missions, even though it still failed. After 110 seconds, engine number 15 exploded, and the entire rocket was fell down to Earth. This was so close to the completion of the first stage, because the first stage takes 120 seconds to burn out and to get detached. So this is the closest they were to the moon. It was later discovered that the stage could have been separated from the ground if the command team just saw it earlier. As for the conclusion, the Soviet space program was led by Sergei Korolev, this gentleman here, and he died in the middle of the space race, and that crippled the Soviet space program and most likely killed it. The N1 had the potential, he was its designer, but the rocket wasn't tested enough, and it was rushed into production, skipping over some very important static ground tests, and that's why it never made it to space. This is him next to Yuri Gagarin, this is him next to Laika, and that's all. Thank you for watching. I have a link to YouTube video that has animations of all 4 rocket launches, but I didn't have time to talk about them, so I'll send them in the chat. If someone is interested, they can look at it.
Okay, great, thank you. A very interesting presentation, well presented. 15 points for you, Alexa. Okay, thank you, and send us a link too. You can watch. Lazar Popovic was already, okay, so was presented. Stefan Dangubic.
Can you see me?
Yes, and we can hear you, so you can start if you're ready.
Okay. Hello everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Stefan, and today I'm going to talk about cybersecurity. Firstly, I'm going to explain what cybersecurity is. Secondly, I'm going to talk about cyber threats and cybercrime, and in the end, I'm going to give you some tips that you can implement to protect yourself from cyber attacks and these hackers. So let me start. Cybersecurity means protecting data, networks, programs, and other information from unauthorized or unattended access. In today's world, cybersecurity is very important because of some security issues and cyber attacks. So for data protection, some companies develop software so that software protects the data. Cybersecurity is important because not only it helps to secure information, but also to protect our computer system from different types of viruses.
Now let me move to my second topic, that is cyber threats. So they can be divided into two types. First type is a cyber crime, that's against individuals. And another type is a cyber warfare against the state. So any use of computer, internet, cell phone, or any other technical devices to commit a crime by an individual or organized group is called a cybercrime. Cyber attackers use different codes and software to commit a crime. They usually target these rich people and huge campaigns because they want to make like huge amounts of money the easy way. They exploit the weaknesses of software and hardware designed through use of malware. Cyber crimes may occur directly, so targeting the computer directly by spreading computer viruses. And now I'm gonna give you some tips so that you can protect yourselves from the hackers. Firstly, you should use strong password because these little weak passwords could be easily cracked using like specific algorithms. Secondly, you should be careful of what you put on the internet because once it gets there, it stays there. What's more, it's also crucial that you keep your operating system up to date. You should also install antiviruses software, and you could use a secure lock screen as well. So be cautious when you're giving your personal information on internet. To sum up, nowadays hackers are spread all over the world in different quantities. So a lot of private agencies like FBI, CIA are working on to detect them. So, but we also have a duty to protect ourselves and our personal data from online frauds. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Okay, thank you. Very well presented, very interesting, informative. 15 points for you. Okay, thank you. And I think this is the message for you. The next one is Marko Bogdanovic.
Can you see me?
Yes, and I can hear you, so you can start if you're ready.
Hello, everybody. My name is Marko, and today I'm going to talk about artificial intelligence. Firstly, let's see what artificial intelligence is, and then what is its goal. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is an intelligence demonstrated by machines as opposed to a natural intelligence displayed by animals, including humans. Leading AI textbooks define the field as the study of intelligent agents, any system that perceives its environment and takes actions which will maximize its chance of achieving its goal. Some popular accounts use the term artificial intelligence to describe machines that mimic cognitive functions, which humans associate with human mind, such as learning and problem solving. But this definition is rejected by major artificial intelligence scientists. Some applications for artificial intelligence would be advanced web search engines, recommendation systems, self-driving cars, and understanding human speech. AI applications are complex and require a lot of work. As machines become increasingly capable, tasks that require intelligence are often removed from the definition of AI. This is known also as an AI effect. Artificial intelligence was found as an academic discipline in 1956, and since then was followed by waves of optimism, disappointment, loss of funding, new approaches, and renewed funding. AI research has tried and discarded many approaches, such as simulating brain modeling human problem solving, formal logic, large databases of knowledge, and imitating animal behavior. In the first decades of 21st century, the field was dominated by highly mathematical machine learning, a practice that has proven to be highly successful, helping to solve many challenging problems across industry and academia. And now let's see what AI's goals are. The traditional goals are reasoning, reception, knowledge representation planning, natural language processing, and the ability to manipulate and move objects. General intelligence is amongst research long-term goals. To achieve these goals and solve problems, researchers have adopted a wide range of problem-solving techniques, such as artificial neural networks and methods based on mathematics, probability, statistics, and economics. AI even dates back to antiquity, but not in such a complex form as it is today. In the end, with its many applications, AI has, with no doubt, helped humanity, but science fiction and futurology suggested that with its enormous power, AI may become existential risk to humanity. And that will be all about AI. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Marko. It was well presented, very interesting. Okay, without hesitation. So 15 minutes, 15 points for you. Okay, thank you. And we don't have any more presentations for today, so we will start to continue with word formation exercises. So this will be bonus activity. So you can raise your hand when you finish the exercise. Each of you will read 5 sentences. I mean, volunteers who raise their hands. Okay, so the first exercise. Okay, so it's sending. Okay, so when you finish the exercise, just raise your hand. Let's start with Cetinovic Jelena. You can read the first 5 sentences.
Okay, just a second. The first one, a knowledge of foreign languages, especially French and German, is required for the job. Judo requires both skill and strength. We decided to buy the house because the price was very reasonable. The height of the mountain is about 2,000 meters. And the fifth one, tea or coffee. If I had the choice, I'd take tea.
Okay, well done. You're number 101. 1 point for you for this. Okay. The next one is Drljevic Bogdan. Next 5.
The sixth one.
Yes.
She was very ambitious and hoped to become a lawyer before she reached the age of 35. Thank you for everything you've done. You've been very helpful. The painting looked real, but the signature was obviously a forgery. Last year, the company made a loss of over $10 million. I could never live in Saudi Arabia because of the heat.
Okay, well done. You are number 106. Okay, 1 point for you too. Okay, thank you. Jovanovic Andrei.
Hello.
Hello.
She passed all of her exams with ease. I do not think it's a good idea to go to the beach today. It's too cloudy.
Yes.
The police are looking into the mysterious. And 40. Don't touch the snake. It's extremely poisonous. And 15. I think it's a very sense.
Razuman, how do you say? Sensible.
Yes, sensible thing to wait before you buy the house.
Well done. You are 120.
Yes.
Okay, point for you. And now the next one is Gordanic Dusan.
16, tako?
Yes.
Who prepared the fish? It's awful and completely tasteless. I want proof of your innocence. I met my informant in secret. It is my belief that there are other living beings in the universe, and everyone will tell you the competition is the best way to keep prices down.
Okay, well done. Well done. You are 120. Okay. No, you are 90. Okay.
90.
Yes. Dusan, 1, 2. Okay, thank you. The next one is Dangubic Stefan.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Facebook is a very useful thing to have when you visit a foreign country. He definitely has the ability to become a professional tennis player. The part of the country is made up of landscape of great beauty. I can't finish this book. I'll die of boredness.
Boredom.
The departure of the plane was delayed because of fog around the airport.
Okay, well done. You're number 69. Is that correct? Okay, 1 bonus point for you. Okay, Genadic Marko.
hear me?
Yes.
Yes. He was filled with
Envy.
envy.
Yes.
When he saw his neighbor's new car, you should care about your appearance, you know.
Yes.
When you go to the interview, there is no comparison between his latest book and the early ones. We had to get special permission
yes,
to leave early. As the best man, he had to make a
what is the noun of speak? Govor. How do we say? Speech.
Speech. Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. 1 point for you. We'll continue with the exercises after the break. So you can take 15 minutes break now. I will send you also this document with the answers so you can check the spelling since it's important in this exercise, and see you in 15 minutes. We'll continue with bonus activity. Five minutes will be enough. Okay, so it's sending.
Mi koji smo bili da se ne javljamo ponovo?
Pa pustite prvo ove ostale zbog poena, pa kasnije ako ponestane onda ćemo vidjeti možda za...
Jel vi napomenete kad neko dobije poene ili...
Da, svi ovi koji su se javili, čitali rečenice su dobili poen. Čak ako slučajno ne kažem, znači upišem.
Mislim pretprošli.
Napomenem, znači ovo kada je bonus aktivnost onda kažem, znači nije svaka aktivnost bonus. Znači danas je ova, prošli put nije bila. Okay. Petrašković Uroš.
The rise of cars. Cars have given us freedom. We can go wherever we want to go. They have also everywhere we want to go. They have also brought us independence.
Whenever we want to go.
Whenever we want to go. They have also brought us independence. We don't have to make compromises or take into consideration where other people want to travel. Cars provide us with a personalized transport solution that's always available, but they have also changed the world we live in dramatically.
Okay, well done. 1 point. You. Okay. The next one is Bogdanović Marko.
If you had to consider the impact of cars on your own, you would probably think of traffic jams and the difficulty of getting around the rush hour. Or maybe you would think about pollution and how poisonous fumes destroy buildings and roads. But you might not think about any of these things at all. People buy more and more cars while roads keep getting wider to cope with increasing amount of traffic.
Okay, thank you. Let me just see, you are 95. Okay, 1 bonus point for you. The next one is Gordanić Dušan.
Sam da vidim dokle smo stigli.
Cars are everywhere.
Cars are everywhere. They invade formerly green spaces, lawns, flower beds, or trees that used to line the roads. Pavements and streets become thin strips along the front of buildings, further narrowed by parking cars that invade.
Yes, parked or parking cars.
The last remaining inches of pedestrian space.
Okay, well done. You are number 90. 1 bonus point. You already have 1 bonus point today. Okay. So Injac Momčilo.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is it we all enjoy the facilities?
Yes. Yes.
We all enjoy the facilities that shopping malls and entertainment complexes bring to us because we use our cars to get there. They're efficient, convenient, and fast. At the same time, we're saddened by the loss of our of our local grocery stores, as well as beautiful houses and community centers. What we must realize that these changes go hand in hand, and we are to blame. Preferring our freedom to sharing the transport with others, we get into cars to get to our workplaces, do our shopping, or go out to the theater.
Okay, thank you. Somebody else will just finish the text. 1 point for you. Milenković Jovan.
Parking spaces are huge areas of land used by empty cars waiting for hours for their passengers to return. What used to be a vast grass meadow.
Grass. With Y at the end. Grassy meadow.
Grassy meadow now becomes a small muddy field crisscrossed by tracks of several vehicles. Cars are changing the escape plan.
Try to change the order, not escape land, but
landscape.
Landscape, yes.
It will never be like it used to be again.
Okay, well done. You are number 35. Okay, 1 bonus point. Let's continue with exercises. The next exercise I'm sending you. Okay. Also word formation. But just let me send you the answers, the key for this one. The previous one. Okay, this is the same exercise, but just with the answers. And now word formation number 6. Okay. Sending, when you finish, you can raise your hand. Okay. I think that Dushana, you already have 1 bonus point. Okay, so Mitrovic, Philip will start.
Yes, nice. Do you hear me?
Yes.
I prepared other 5, but I'll try this one. No, never mind. In today's hectic world, people are always searching for more ways to keep fit and healthy. Running is an excellent exercise for achieving this goal. Before you start, however, you should warm up and concentrate on slow movement that make all your muscles work. But be careful, if you stretch when you move, when your muscles are cold, you might actually risk an injury. Always wear comfortable clothing and make sure your training are in good shape.
Trainers.
Trainers.
Okay, well done. Let me just see your number 142. Just a moment. Okay. You. Cvjetinovic Jelena.
Just a second. Wear good shoes that will put less pressure on your knees. Staying healthy also requires enough sleep. It's occasionally okay to go to bed late, but if you cut down on your sleep regularly, it will have a bad effect on your overall health. It will also affect your appearance. Lack of sleep can cause acne or dry skin. Stay active during the day. If you don't get enough exercise during the day, you may end up sleeping all night.
Okay, thank you. And 101, you already have 1 point for the exercise. Okay, so 1 point is maximum for this exercise. Vojinović Mihailo.
Can you hear me?
Yes, standing, sitting, and walking.
Standing, sitting, and walking badly can make you look heavier than you really are. Stand in front of the mirror with your feet apart. Straighten out your legs and pull in your stomach. Check that your ears, shoulders, hips, and knees are in line with each other. You should be feeling and looking better already. Most of us live in cities with high pollution level. If we got more fresh air, we would look healthier and more attractive.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Let me see, you are number 83, as I see. Okay, 1 bonus point. Yes. Okay, and Petrović Milan.
Hello.
Hello.
A quick walk is one of the best things you can do for your circulation and looks. Walking slowly is useful, but a quick pace gets more oxygen into your lungs. So don't just go for a pleasant walk. Try and find a green area and get moving.
Okay, thank you. Let's leave that last part for one more student, and you are number 57. 57, okay. 1 bonus. And now, Mihailo. Okay, Mihailo, but you have 1 point, so we'll just leave to Tomić Dušan.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Many young people feel guilty about eating too much chocolates and sweets, and some even admit an addiction to it. However, there's no proof to support this, but chocolate does contain a lot of fat, and addicts would do better to eat less. If your diet is balanced, you need not feel guilty eating chocolate. Moderately is fine, but not eat instead a proper meal.
Okay, let's send you the answers, and then we'll do the next exercise. The next exercise is not word formation, but use of English, understanding the text. That is also the type of exercise that you will have to your exam. And this is not important vocabulary as because I can tell you the translation of the words. It's important how do you understand the text with the words given. But firstly, let me send you the key to the previous exercise. Okay, so I'm sending the key, the answers, and now let me upload the document, use of English. So fill in the gaps with the words given. It's also bonus activity. Finish, you can raise your hand. Okay, it's ending. We have one volunteer. It's Vojinović Mikhailo.
Hello. Time travel, moving between different points in time, has been a popular topic for science fiction for decades. Films ranging from Doctor Who to Star Trek have seen a traveler getting into a vehicle of some sort.
To see humans getting into a vehicle.
Humans getting into a vehicle of some sort and arriving in the past or future, ready to take on new adventures. The technology, however, is much unclear. While
The reality.
Okay. While some scientists claim that time travel is possible, others say even if it were, it would be fatal for humans to try it.
Okay, thank you.
Well
done.
Okay, thank you.
And let me see, you are number 83. You have already 1 point for today's activity. So, Čelić Natalia. Natalia, I can't hear you. Okay, let's wait a few more minutes until you finish the exercise. Raise your hands. Okay, any other volunteers? It's not too difficult. Okay, Perisic Sash.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
For Albert Einstein, the 20th century's greatest physicist, time is relative. It does not pass equally for everyone. His theory of special relativity says that time slows down or speeds up depending on how fast you move compared with something else. Approaching the speed of a light, a person inside a spacecraft would be much younger than his twin on Earth. In the same way, astronauts who are sent into space age slightly slower than they would on Earth.
You can do one more sentence.
Sure. According to the American Space Agency, NASA, there are scenarios that will make traveling back and forth in time imaginable.
Okay,
One possibility.
Okay, thank you. Your number 25, do you have a point for today's activity? No. Okay, so 1 point. Okay. Anybody else? Does anybody want to finish the exercise without points? Those that have already gotten the points.
I can do it.
Okay.
Deixa-me seguir, Tasha.
One.
Ivana.
Back and forth in time imaginable.
Okay. One possibility would be through wormholes, bridges between certain points in space and time. While theoretically possible, we do not even know if wormholes exist. In addition, we are far from creating technology that would let us move through them. Besides the physics problem, time travel may also come with some unique situations. A classic example is the grandfather effect, in which time traveler goes back and kills his parents or his grandfather, the main storyline in the Terminator movies, so that they are never born or their life is forever changed. If that were to happen, some physicists say you would not be born in one parallel universe, but still be born in another. Many scientists disagree with all above-mentioned options. They claim that time travel will never work because it's mathematically impossible. In addition, nobody could survive traveling at the speed of light. Despite these bleak predictions, we can still experience time travel through movies, televisions, and books.
Okay, well done. Let me send you the answers. Okay. Okay, and the last exercise for today, the similar use of English. Fill in the gaps with the words given. Okay. Okay. So the PDF file is the previous text with the answers, and the Word file, job hopping, is the new file that you have to do. So when you finish the exercise, you can just raise your hand. If you haven't gotten the point, you can get 1 bonus point. If not, you can just read the exercise. Okay, see you in a few minutes. Stefan Cvetkovic.
Should I start?
Yes.
Job hopping has become very popular in today's working world. It occurs when workers change jobs frequently, often several times within a period of months. One of the reasons is that employers look for people who can get a job done after they let them move on to something else. More and more people value part-time work and have more than one job. In addition, the rise in unemployment is forcing many employees to move somewhere else. In other cases, they are simply looking for a new challenge. Is that enough?
One more sentence.
There are companies that regard job hopping as a negative aspect.
But one sentence with a gap.
They think that a person who cannot hold onto a job for a longer period of time is not beneficial to a company.
Okay, thank you. Well done. One bonus point for you. Nedeljković Veljko. Veljko, I can't hear you. Okay. Maybe let me see. Nikola can start and Veljko can continue later. Try to fix.
Can you hear me? I think I fixed it. Can you hear me?
Okay. Veljko,
yeah,
you are yes.
But let Nikola first.
Okay, so you will be after Nikola. So Nikola, let's start first.
Someone who changed jobs a lot in not respected by a firm that values loyalty. On the other hand, people who have had several jobs can adopt to a new working environment more quickly.
Adapt, just adapt. Continue, please.
Young people change jobs more often because they have become used to it. Older workers who have stayed with one company for many years have no experience in changing jobs and do not know what awaits them. Many workers ask themselves when the right time arrives to switch jobs. This depends on many factors, including what field of work you are in information technology and high-tech. Jobs change quickly. People come and go, often staying only for a few months. In contrast, the workers in the firming business are valued for their loyalty and therefore stay longer.
Okay, thank you. Nikola, one bonus point for you. Veljko.
I lost him. Where did he stop?
Depending on where you live, the last two paragraphs.
Okay. Depending on where you live, labor laws play an important part in hiring and
what's the opposite?
Firing.
Yes.
In Europe, for example, it is much more difficult to sack unwanted workers than in the US. In Asia, cultural let me see. Cultural views play an important role. Japanese workers are loyal to their companies and often stay for many decades or even their whole life. Job hopping offers several benefits, probably just
synonym advantages.
Advantages.
Something similar.
You get a wide range of experience in different fields and get a chance to show your skills and abilities in various working environments. In some cases, you might get challenge.
Fulfilling job.
Fulfilling job you want after you have tried out several others.
Okay, well done. One bonus point for you. Let me just, yes, right. And now I'm sending you the answers. Also, I have one homework. It's a also bonus activity, 2 points for homework. It's a bonus, so you can do it or not if you want to. Firstly, what is your task? Your task is to choose one podcast, to listen to it. There are hundreds of them, so you can choose any topic that you want to. And then write short, to give your own opinion, but in writing, and use linking words if it is possible. So at least 2-3 linking words, please. So when you start, or number something, or put in conclusion, or something like that. However, on contrast. So use linking words, please. 6-7 sentences will be enough. It doesn't have to be too long. Okay, so one more. The first link, they are 6 minutes long. The second link, 27 minutes long, but it's up to you. You can choose whatever you want to. So, as I said, there are hundreds of them. And let me give you a link. You will write in a document here on Teams. You can, but I would advise you to write on your own document and then just copy it here. So it would be easier for me to correct. Okay, so this is the link of the document that you will copy your text. You have 2 weeks time. And 2 bonus points for the exercise. As I said, it's not obligatory. If you want to, you can do it. Not, that is okay. Okay, so this is the link to the file, but I will just show you quickly before the end of the class. I'll just show you how does it look like. Okay. As you see, under the files, you have here homework file. When you open it, here you have the list of the documents with the numbers. You will choose the number of your student's number. So if you have 40, your number is 45, you will just copy your homework here. You don't need to save anything, download, just copy it, and that will be enough. Okay, and here you can also find the links to the podcast in case you can't find these in the chats. Okay, any questions? You have 2 weeks time, 2 weeks time for this assignment. Okay, if not, then see you next week. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.